Assalamualaikum and good morning to Mr. Nizam. My name is Sheikh Muhammad Syariman bin Hilmi, matric number 267693. Today I will present about the chapter 5, Improving Employee Performance. First of all, employee performance is a measurement of how well or how poorly an employee conducts the required job duties and how promptly they meet their deadlines or requirements. For any business, employee performance is the key to success. According to Society for Human Resources Management or SHRM's 2020 report, more than 85% of employees are not engaged in their workplace. This means the employees are not happy and have problems at their workplace. Next is task performance and contextual performance. Task performance can be defined as the work activities that contribute to an organization's technical core, while contextual performance, they also call citizenship performance, involves those behaviors not directly related to job tasks, but having a significant impact on organizational, social, and psychological contexts. It is more likely to be voluntary in nature, whereas task performance is more likely to be prescribed by the formal job role. There are two important aspects of performance. The first one is organizational citizenship behavior or OCB. OCB is closely related to the concept of contextual performance. OCB can be defined as a discretionary individual behavior that is not formally recognized by organizations, reward systems, and that promotes the effective operation of organizations. And the second part is emotional labor. Emotional labor is the emotions the employees must appropriately display to do their jobs effectively, and this is important when you work in a workplace. I will continue with strategies to maximize employee performance. First one is communicate performance goals at higher. Performance goals are usually related to the overall company goals or specific department goals where we work. They help us know what is expected of us in our position. The second one is perform periodic performance appraisals for the workers. Third one is allow employees to participate to the extent possible in the formulation of your performance goals. Okay, next is common performance problems in a workplace. The first one is absenteeism, or a habit of absence from a duty or obligation without good reason. For example, going to holiday during working days. Second one is tardiness. It's a habit of being late or delaying arrival at the office. The third one is poor attitude and insubordination. There are three components in establishing whether an employee is insubordinate. The first is that the employee must be given an order or directive. The second is that the employee understands completely what is expected of him. The third is that the employee refuses to obey the order or doesn't perform the task. The fourth one is poor task performance. It's like delivering tasks exceed the due date and also the task not delivered completely. Employees counseling. Employee counseling is the solution to combat stress, workplace depression, anxiety, and declining productivity in an office. Its main objective is to support employees through suitable guidance to help the employees to motivate. The counseling helps the employees to come out from the problems, gives a new way to deal with the problems. It shows how much the employer cares for the employee and is to identify the employee the related problems and the poor performance. A performance improvement plan or PIP is one of a tool that used by employers to improve employee behavior. PIPs are a contract between the employee and employer in which the performance deficiencies or the problems of the employee occurred are clearly articulated or being investigated. The plan should include goals for increased performance and steps to be taken to achieve these goals. In the PIP, they also include timelines for the employees to achieve the performance goals. PIPs are typically signed by the employee and at least one representative of the employer are present. PIPs are generally not considered to be employee discipline, but rather a developmental tool for low-performing employees. So this one is an example of performance improvement plan table. So the first one is performance standard, performance issues, concern, action, and or support provided. For example, for training, retraining, and there's a deadline for attaining goal, and also the outcome. Okay, next one is at will versus due process employees. In a company, most employees have an at will employment relationship with the employers. This means that an employer may discharge the employee for any reason, and they are accept the following person. The first one is termination based on a protected class. Second one, a reason that is contrary to public policy, for example, the illegal firing of a whistleblower. The third one is implied contract. The due process employees are normally allowed to protest disciplinary action taken against them through internal or external procedures. The example of due process employee include most federal workers, and to discipline a due process employee, there must be just cause for the disciplinary action. Okay, next one is disciplinary actions. The first one is oral warning or reprimand. Oral warning is they have an oral meeting discussing behavior or performance deficiencies or weaknesses and necessary steps to improve performance. In the disciplinary action also, they have written warning. The employee is given a written statement of performance deficiencies or weaknesses and advice in writing that future weaknesses may result in further disciplinary action. The third one is probation. The employee that are placed on a probationary status for a period of time. During this time, the employee's performance is expected to improve. At the end of the probationary period, the employer's performance is re-evaluated. Next is suspension. The employee is barred from the worksite for a period of time. Suspensions may be paid or unpaid by the employers. Next one is leave with or without pay. It also same to a suspension. However, this option is often used prior to a formal disciplinary hearing. Next one is demotion. The employee is transferred to a position with a lower responsibility. Demotion is often accompanied by a decrease in pay of benefits. Next one is termination with right to rehire. The employee is voluntarily discharged. However, he or she may be rehired by the employer at a later date. Next one is termination with no right to rehire. The employee is voluntarily discharged, and the employer will not rehire the employees in the future. For the conclusion, performance management is important to help to boost employee engagement and productivity in the workplace. It also engages employees to stay longer, actively involve themselves in the workplace, and produce better results for the future. Improving levels of employee engagement is the key to success of every company. Performance evaluation is also an important issue that both for companies and employees. And performance evaluations can support productivity and fair allocation of rewards. So that's all from me. Thank you.